Hey everyone, Livy here, back with another video, and this time I have something very, very special to share. So, I'm gonna preface this by saying a couple things. First off, the deck that you are about to see, as far as I'm aware, currently is out of print. But the reason why I'm showing this deck today, before I even mention what it is because this deck was one of my unicorn decks, and I got very, 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 very lucky recently and got a chance to get this deck. So, just putting it out there, okay? The tarot deck in question is called the Spark and Pen Tarot. This is a deck by, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. This is a deck by Always the Writer. I think you can still find them by this on Instagram. So there's that. It comes in a tuck box like this. You can see The World is Better With You in It is on one side. Both sides of this have the hand. And before I dive into this deck, I want to talk about how I even know that this deck existed a little bit, because it's really interesting. So I was one day, it was last year in 2023. I want to say it was around the summer, or maybe even a little bit after, like maybe September-ish of last year. I was on Facebook, just on Facebook, like the tarot marketplaces. Like there's a bunch of like different tarot marketplace groups you can join. And I was in one of them where somebody was put a post where this deck and a bunch of others were in it. And what caught my eye was, one, seeing this like tuck box, right? I saw this tuck box, I saw this hand, and I paused and I went, what the hell deck is that? I had never seen it. I had never heard of it. I did not know anything about this deck. So, but I saw in the post, the person had said it was a Spark and Pen Tarot. I searched it up online, and what I first got taken to was actually the creator's Instagram. So I went on their Instagram, I started scrolling through the posts related to this deck, and I saw images of the cards in here, and I was stunned. I had never seen this deck. I literally don't know anybody who has this deck. Like, I don't think so on TarotTube that I've seen. If you do, maybe you're having it in hiding, and you'll have to tell me. But I didn't see anybody I have not seen anybody ever with this deck, so I was stunned. So as soon as I saw this post, I tried to go to the person, ask if they still had this deck on hand. And unfortunately, they did not. They already sold it off. So I was like, oh shit, I missed this. And then, I kept hunting. I kept looking to see if maybe the creator had an Etsy and all that and whatever. And it turned out that, no, the creator did at one point, but their shop had been closed. They didn't have this deck around anymore. For all intents and purposes, this deck is and was out of print. Very unfortunate. So I was very, very sad, because as soon as I saw the images for this deck, I was in love with it. And on top of that, there is I kid you not, there's only one other video about this deck here on YouTube. And it's this person from Japan who just did like a musical flip through of the deck. So no thoughts, no information, except, just showing the cards. And I watched the cards. I looked at the cards, the colors, everything. Again, I was in love, but I was so depressed because I could not get this deck. So I just basically put on my list of unicorns, and I was like, I'm never going to get this deck. But then one day, very, very soon ago, as I'm filming this, it was literally a week ago from filming this. This is like early January, guys. A week ago, I was randomly looking up this deck again because sometimes I just look it up. And I was reminded of, I think someone posted a video where they were talking about unicorn decks. And I was like, oh man, I wonder if this, I wonder what the status of this deck is. Is it still the same? And when I looked up this deck, somebody was selling it on eBay for a great price, guys. This deck, I don't even think cost me, with when you factor in shipping, I think this deck only cost me like $40 at most for something that's indie. But nobody else literally sells this deck. So I was like, what the fuck? I jumped on it, guys. Oh my God. I got this deck. I saw it. I got this deck so fast. I could not believe. But this deck, you guys, you're going to see it. Well, I am filming at night. That's the only fucked up part. Sorry, guys. It's going to dilute some of these brilliant colors in here. But this deck is very colorful, very rainbow-like, very beautiful, simple but beautiful. It's just such a good one. I honestly hope that this creator, maybe if this video becomes popular and somehow it's linked back to the creator, they see this and realize that this might have a demand depending. I hope it comes back for you guys because it's really good. One thing I'm going to say right off the bat about this deck is this is going to be a surprise to some people only because I'm going to say this now. Okay, don't be surprised as I'm flipping through this deck. If you are somebody who does not like nudity, you probably want to click away because this deck does have some, it's not like graphic, but like you're basically going to see a lot of booties. You're going to see some boobs. Every person basically drawn in this deck, except maybe one or two of them, are naked for some reason. Like almost everybody is like naked. So normally, yeah, not my style, guys. You know me if you've been following me. But I don't know why for this deck it works, and I really don't give a shit. But most decks, I'll say no, get that out of here. And yeah, so it comes in this tuck box. Oh, and you guys might be able to tell, even though it's nighttime, this is rainbow colored. It's just different gradients of the dark around the hand. The deck, these are the backs. Now you can definitely see they're rainbow. So freaking beautiful. My God, this deck, if you are someone who's like a simp for colors like I am, you'd be in love with this deck. So sorry, not sorry, but you will be because beautiful color gradients. But these are the backs. These are the fronts. The creator has these two. They're just like two extra like color cards, but they're like slightly different as you can see. So I get like different moods from them. And I really like them. I'm just going to treat them as Oracle and kind of go with intuition with these because, yeah, this deck does not have a guidebook. So, yeah, just so you know. Cardstock on this deck, for those like me who can be kind of cardstock snobs. This cardstock is delicious. I love this. It is linen. I don't know if you guys can tell. Oh, see, the light catches it. You can tell it's linen, true linen. It is very thin and flexible. So if you are somebody who likes to riffle shuffle, you would have really liked to riffle shuffle this deck. Because again, this is out of print currently at the time of me filming this. The texture on this linen is somewhere between, I think it's true linen because it's not quite a matte. But it's not like that high glossy cardstock linen that you see in like the Forger's Daughter Tarot and the Goblins and Gardens. So this is somewhere in between. I really like it though. Obsessed with this cardstock. And yeah, so what I'm going to do for all of you who are watching is I'm going to flip through this deck. And I'm going to, because this deck is out of print, I'm going to just say whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? Like, not whatever the fuck I want, but you know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to make this as lengthy of a flip through as possible. If this is not your style, I'm going to link down below the musical flip through of this deck so you can just see the musical flip through. But if you're interested in seeing my thoughts and why I was attracted to this deck, keep watching because, yeah, I'm about to get right into it. So let's get started here. These are the two, like I said, these are the two color cards. I'm going to put those away. The Fool. Guys, see, look at the style. There's something about this style that fucking gets me right in the throat. This Fool, to start it all off, is beautiful. Look at the rainbow. My God, the colors are fantastic. What I also love about this Fool is that it's like this ocean here also looks like hair. So that's cool. But then you have the fish that are going around, and I just like this look on the Fool of, this is the start of a journey for these fish. They're swimming to somewhere in their little school and they don't know where they're going, but it's all beautiful and bright in this moment. And yeah, I'm just obsessed. This Fool is amazing. Might be one of my favorite Fools now. It is just beautiful. The Magician. Sorry, warning for those who do not like bugs. It is in the shape of a moth. Not very realistic, but what I really like about this Magician, even though it's simple, and you can't tell in this light, but this is like a grayish blue color when it's like daylight. It's just nice that this moth has this like little candle. It almost looks like a birthday candle, and the light is going, and you can tell it's not necessarily a magician where you can see the mastery and depth of this magician, but you can see there's a spark, this energy, this fire within them. It's nice. It's an interesting one. This High Priestess is really freaking cool. Again, sorry for that it's at nighttime so that you guys can't really see that this is a really in-depth purple. Like, it's almost like I don't know. I would say it's almost like plum-like purple in person. But anyways, what I really like about this High Priestess is, well, one, you don't see her face, which contributes to the mystery of the High Priestess in general. So I love that. Excellent. I also love, as you can see, they have the third eye. So, intuition's opened. But their cute little wolfy companion, who's like half covering them, also has a third eye, except theirs is slightly closed. That's really interesting. I also like that it's a full moon, potent power, and they both just look mysterious and otherworldly, and the right vibes, guys. This is the right vibes. I love it. Okay, this Empress, I have to say, I'm going to put this down so I can put her a little closer. This is what I mean by nudity, boobies on display. So, like I said, I warned you guys. It has most of the people in this deck do not have clothes on for some reason. But again, for some reason, I actually like it with this deck for once. I don't with every deck. But anyways, this is the Empress. Again, you're under the tree, so you can't really tell. Maybe that flip through would be better to see like true colors of the cards. This is more pink in person, and in daylight. But this Empress, I really like her. I don't know why I actually really like her, though. So typical, and I say her because, I don't know, it seems more like a more feminine figure, maybe because, the Venus symbol, femininity symbol on her hoo-ha hidden there. But what I like about this Empress is that they are more sensual, self-confident in their body and who they are. It's a very different Empress because, of course, this Empress is not pregnant, thank God. And they're just happy to be them and to be sensual and to know who they are and have that power in their own way. So I don't know. This is a very different Empress, but I like them. And the Emperor, I do like these two mirror each other because they're both wearing capes, so that's cool. I like their stance for this Emperor because you get the power, the casual power too, the way they're holding this stick weapon thing. Very casual, but very good. They know who they are. They have their strength. Very solid foundation. Typical Mars masculine symbology, but it works. Gives me those vibes. Is what it is. Oh, okay. The Hierophant. The colors on this in person are even more fantastic. So under this lighting, it looks very red, but in daylight, this card is actually more like a red-violet, so it's in between. Obsessed with the color. This Hierophant is so freaking cool because as you can see, it's like the old tree, the old wizened tree. There's no more leaves on it, but it is powerful and mighty and speaks of the old ways, of traditions, the wisdoms and depth, and the things that this tree must have seen. So good. So freaking good. This Lovers, in person, again, because I'm just going to mention it for all these, because this is a deck about color. If you haven't noticed, this is a rainbow deck. If you are someone who loves rainbows and colors, this is a deck. This would have been the deck for you. These Lovers are more purple in person, but as you can see, I do like that this creator has nods to diversity. One part of the couple is white, the other is brown or black. They're together. They're two halves, and their hands are held, and they're perfect, and they're simple, and they choose each other. And it's very simple of a card, but I love it. Oh, the colors of this Chariot are so good. A lot of greenish blues. I'm obsessed with the fact that this Chariot is not horses, and I love that it's like an old hippie van. It's so good. I don't know why, because it's just a lot of the back and forth and the adventures and being tugged in different ways, and you don't know where you're going to go in this van, but it's glorious. Love it. And the strength is so good. Oh my goodness. Okay. I like that. Well, obviously this is a kitty, baby kitty. I just love the two parts of it, because there's the part that's fiery and strong and will tear down everyone, but then it's tempered by its cute little baby that's just like reminding it to be gentle and to persevere and to not just attack at will everybody and everything. They're so good. I don't know. I dig it. Okay. The Hermit. This Hermit is so cool. Actually, trigger warning, I guess, for those who don't like snakes. Sorry. I don't know how many people who follow me don't like snakes, but I know that's like a common fear. People don't like snakes. I don't mind snakes. But this snake is our hermit that is curling around this candle, getting warmth, hiding away, recouping. It's simple, but I like it. It's so different. I would never have thought to put a snake for the hermit. Oh, this wheel is so intergalactic. I love that it is a Ferris wheel. This is very similar, I know, to what's it called? The Way Home Tarot. I don't have the Way Home Tarot, but I know it also has a Ferris wheel. I personally like the way that this card looks better, though, because you can even tell a little bit by the way it's drawn in this lighting that the wheel is slightly dark gradient, but it's showing all the color still at night. So it's like this fantastical sky, and everything feels like magical in the nighttime as you ride on the Ferris wheel, and you don't know if it's good or bad, but it feels exhilarating. And I love that this card captures all that emotion just in this little thing. Fantastic. This is Justice. This Justice is very interesting because the strings are tied together. One is up and one is down, suggesting that the scales are not balanced. So it's like, how do you balance out fate, right? Because this is very reminiscent of the String of Fate. It's a really interesting reflective justice. And this Hanged one is really fascinating. Oh, sorry, trigger warning for spiders. But yeah, so this Hanged one, is in a glass, as you can see, a glass cup, and they've had no choice in that time but to be alone, to be solitary, and to spin their web. And so they're spinning and spinning and spinning. They're sacrificing their time, but how much more time do they have? But in that time, you hope they gain enlightenment. Really interesting hanged one. This is death. It's very hard to see under the sliding at this time of night, sorry. But it's very traditional, as you can see. It's more the typical skull. But I do like that you see the sense of renewal still from it. There's like signs, like stuff is growing out of it. Maybe you can see, oh, there you go. You can see it a little better. Flowers and such are growing out of this death card. Oh, okay. My card of the year at the time of me filming this, guys, is Temperance. And I really dig this Temperance. Obviously, this seedling is trying to grow into a plant. But why I like this as Temperance is because you can see there's water droplets on it. So obviously it needs that water to help it grow. And that's also like a reference to the water that, or the liquids that are poured in the typical Temperance card. But I just like that there needs to be a balance here in order for the seed to grow. So I really like this. Okay, this devil is so fierce. The colors, the flames, fierce. I find it really interesting that the devil is like tied up, but the way that it's tied up is kind of like, correct me if I'm wrong, because this is not my vibe, but it's like very BDSM looking. So showing like some of the more like dangerous or addictive qualities of people and like the things that they like. It's very temptress like, but this is an interesting devil. But it's still showing like the people who are tied up, like the idea of like the chains, like from the traditional card. So it's really interesting. This tower, see, this is one of the few people in this deck that are actually like in clothing as they're running out of this burning house. Honestly, very accurate, right? The tower. Sometimes you have to flee the fucking burning building and get the hell out. You know, I like that it shows that. Okay. Oh, you know what? I kind of want to show these all together, these three. So we have first the star, the moon, and the sun. What I love about each of these is that they show these things as they are. If you looked at them in real life and the feelings that you get when you look at them, each one, it captures them perfectly. I don't know how, like, even, I don't know. It's very intuitive. Like the star, like the beautiful road at night, and you look up in the sky and you see the biggest star and you're just fascinated and hopeful and you feel so alive in that moment. This captures it so beautifully. Whereas this moon, as you can see, is not a complete moon. It shows mystery and dark side, and sometimes you love the moon and sometimes you look up to it and you're in terrified awe. You don't know. It has so much potent darkness and other things to it. It's a big feeling. Whereas the sun too, but the sun is so bright and the birds are flying and you feel hopeful when day comes. Everything is good. Everything is happy, at least for a little bit when that first sun rises. Excellent. Okay, judgment, simple. It's the crow, or it's implied some bird flying away to give judgment onto those, right? The final judgment. Simple works, so yeah. And then finally, this world card is so good. Okay, because it shows just what I was talking about with the sun, the moon, the stars. It shows all of that again, saying that this is the complete world. You will go through these cycles to get to your complete round. Enjoy that time. Beautiful. Okay, We are now in the suit of wands. Beautiful ace. I love that, as you can see, it is a pen showing a nod to the creativity that the suit embodies. It's so good. This is probably going to be one of my favorite ace of wands ever now too, because it's just so simple, but it's showing that act of creating firsthand. I just love it. This shows the two on that journey. They're beginning. They're starting to plan out. It's a little hard at first. They have to go up the hill, but they're on their way. I actually like, I have to say, these three tell the complete story. So the two, you know, they're going up the hill. The three is they've made it up, but they still have a long journey to go. It's like the reference of like there's still more out there, but they've done pretty well. And then the four on this is so nice. It's like a small celebration that they get to camp out under the stars and enjoy that happy time for a little bit, that they've made it to a certain milestone. So good. The five, I like that still shows conflicts. There's the two sides and they're warring together, so trying to battle it out. This is a really interesting take, by the way, on the six of wands. So, oh, by the way, as you can see, the suit is up there, so it makes it obvious like what suit it is. I really like this crown. It's very dark and, well, very wand-like. It is a great wand. But I love that, I don't know, you don't see their face. But the crown's going on and they've won, at least for a little while. This seven is interesting though. I'm still like trying to wrap my mind around it, but I see there's like this dark tendril that's like trying to wrap around this figure, and it's like a forest of wands. Some conflict there, like feeling like you can't get out. Still good though. Now this, probably one of my least favorite, because, you know, it's the typical eight of wands shenanigans where people just draw the wands quickly going through. I do like that there are arrows at least though, and that you can tell that there's more movement instead of just having a bunch of wands lined up on the side. So it's an attempt at something different, but yeah. Oh my God. Okay. This doggo gets me. This is 9, and the perseverance. This poor little doggo already lost one of their limbs, but they're happy and they're still going. I don't know. It's, it tugs on my heart, but it's so perfect for this card. So perfect. And this is the 10. The 10 as the pack mule makes a lot of sense. The weight of the world, having to feel everything, trying your best. Good, good, good. This is a really good 10. This page is very cool. About to go off on their journey. They have their little light with them. Very hermit-like, interestingly. But I like that they're about to start off on their journey. This knight is interesting, though. They're, like, in the tree, setting the branch on fire, like, trying to get rescued, I guess. But an interesting way of going. You know what's really cool, and I barely just noticed until right now? You can see the playing card association. So I don't know shit about, like, the playing cards, how it ties to tarot, but I know it's been used as divination. This one you can clearly see is a club. So that's interesting that shows up. Oh, okay. Oh, this queen. She is everything. She is so good. There's something so fierce about her. So simply drawn, but I love this Queen of Wands. So freaking good. And this king. Just carrying the torch on to the next generation. The colors, guys. The colors in this deck get me. Okay, this is... Oh, and if you haven't noticed, each of this... I think I saw this when I was like quickly flipping through this before this video. Each of the suits, as you can see, in the minors have like a color system. So for the wands, it's like this blue and purple pink gradient. Whereas the cups here, as you can see, they're going to be all like purples, red, violets kind of colors. But then we're going to get into swords. And you guys can't see this as well on camera, but this is mostly yellow and red. And then the pentacles are going to be like, this is pretty much yellow and blue, I think, in person. So yeah, just so you know what we're going into here. This is the ace. I love the vibes of this Ace of Cups. So good. I like that they're in the act of journaling or maybe even writing, but they're like having their thoughts together. They have their morning coffee or tea. It's just it's a cozy vibe. And I like that it continues with the Two of Cups, where it's like the two people together who are now sharing their drink. So good. Then you have the Three. You can see that there was besties. They must have been hanging out, having drinks together, chatting, staring up into the sky. It's a beautiful vibe. And the Four, spilled coffee maybe, but people were hanging out, contemplating life, contemplating their choices again. This Four, oh, okay. I'm not 4, 5, sorry. This was the 4. This 5 is so dramatic, but I love it. It's in the purple. Very hard to see, I know, again, under this lighting. Obviously, this person's naked. They have the star, or not star, the moon, crescent moon on their back. They're very sad. And what you can see is that the pain inside of them may not be completely evident until you look at their shadow. And their shadow is splintered. Very deep. Very deep. This is the 6. Nostalgia, showing the child growing the seeds. You know, typical reference to that. The 7. I find this an interesting 7. You guys know I'm kind of picky with my 7s because I like them to show the choices. And this shows it a little bit. I just wish it kind of showed more. It's like, which mug do you take from? The dark one or the light? Interesting thoughts. And also like flower or leaves are coming out of this one. Stars out of this one. Like what direction do you go? Which one's actually the right one? Who knows? This is the 8. Showing the path, having to leave these cups behind. The 9, this person is very enjoying the sensual moments here. And okay. Guys, I have to talk about this card. Okay, this is a 10 of Cups. And I'm actually in love with this 10 of Cups. I am in love with this 10 of Cups. I don't know why, but I am digging this couple. They are very sensual. It's like slightly spicy. I really like it though. That's like really weird for me to say, guys. But I really like them. I don't know why. I feel like this would be a great deck, like random tangent, but I feel like this is going to be a really great deck to do like relationship readings for people with because of this card. I don't know why, but yeah. This page, she's in her feelings, feeling herself, feeling life. Well, I don't think she's feeling herself, but like she's in like an interesting pose, with a morning drink. In her feelings, I guess. Interesting page. See, and I was right. So this Knight of Cups has a heart inside of them. So playing card association is more apparent. Okay, this queen is so freaking fierce too. I think I looked at these. I think all the queens in this deck are very fierce. I like all of them. This queen is very cool, very mysterious, very otherworldly, fits in line. So good. And this king is interesting. I don't know. I'm still sitting with this one, but I like that this king mirrors the lovers. It's the same couple, I think. It's really good. Okay. This ace is, again, sorry for those who don't like snakes, but this ace of swords is so badass. I don't know why a snake is there, but it's like a really cool aesthetic. And this two, oh, it's at a stalemate between going, like doing things with your words or writing it out versus fighting it out. This is such a cool two of swords. So good, guys. So good. Sorry, but it's amazing. This is the three. This is a more typical look. Some people hate this. I don't. I love it. So bite me. I really like this one though. Okay, we've got the four. This is such a cool aesthetic too, with the swords like in by the old tree, which you could say is probably the Hierophant having to rest for a while. I just really dig this. So good. And this five, by the way, this five of swords has so much drama. Like you can see the figure in the background. This person took swords, but it almost looks like they've been stabbed by them as they grabbed some. So it's like neither of them have won. And what's really interesting is, see this black line? It almost, I don't think it's almost hair. I almost think that black line might be tears. So it's like, again, neither of them really actually won the battle. So really interesting. This six of swords is also very dramatic, as all the swords are like falling into the ocean. So they are literally dropping that thought, dropping that concept, dropping whatever the hell it is straight out the goddamn window. It is gone. It is gone. And it's so good though. Okay, seven. This is an interesting seven. I don't know what to think of this completely. So sorry again, bugs, but like you can tell if you flip it this way that this moth is holding on to the sword. But beyond that, I don't know how this necessarily goes with the seven of swords. I'm like kind of sitting with this one still, to be honest. But seven of swords, the eight showing the typical like kind of handcuff situation. You have the tools to get out of it. Grab that knife, get out, you know, like eight. The nine, this person's very, very sad in their feels. Probably woke up from a nightmare, but yeah. Okay, oh my God, okay, so sorry. I feel like this card might trigger some people. It even got me a little bit when I saw this card. You can tell that this is some kind of pet, and this pet was neglected for so long that on its chain, so that's what's the sad part, like on its chain, and it's dead now. And that's kind of like the sad tragedy of this card, is like neglecting all the thoughts and things that are like getting to you until it comes to this like really depressing, fucked up point. Oh, this card's it like slightly terrifies me and kind of makes me want to cry, but like it's a really powerful of a 10. Holy shit. Okay, we got a page of swords. They're kind of a badass. I like the booty. Sorry, I'm like so weird about this deck. Anyways, page of swords. They look ready to fight. This knight also looks ready to fight. It's like they're going to slash through everything. You can see the playing card association again. This is the spade. I also like that the sun and the moon are here in this knight also. This queen, do they not, I'm going to say they, sorry. Do they not look like a total badass? Like the pointed nail, the long hair, the sword ready to go. Oh, so good. And this king, knowing it's finally time to draw that sword or when to sheath it. So good. And finally, guys, this is, I know, a long one, but we are finally in the suit of pentacles. This is the last suit in this deck. This is the ace. I really like this ace, though. The water shining, coming down on the pentacle with the plant growing out of it. I like this, too, because you see the balance, the colors. Instead of, like, showing the person juggling, you see the balance of the two sides of oneself. This 3 is really interesting. They seem to work together to have maybe won this medal is what I'm thinking. Or maybe to fix it. I don't know. But interesting idea of teamwork. This 4, they're putting the money into the hog bank. In this case, not a piggy completely, but yeah. Saving up that cash so they're not just spending it all. The 5, this is very dramatic, but like the broken pentacle and like feeling like you fucked up and you're out in the cold. And yeah. 5. This 6 is really cool too. It's not the typical like, here peasant, here's your coin 6. So I really like this. But I see this as a moment to like be generous with your time and the world around you, like taking a moment to breathe in everything that's beautiful. So this is a really nice 6. Oh, the 7 is so good. Look at her. Or maybe not her, maybe them, but anyways, really like this 7. Admiring the flowers, planting those seeds. Really cute. And this, this 8 is also a badass. I really like this 8, not just because, like, again, we see diversity. See, even a deck that's very minimal like this creator has managed to at least put nods to diversity. Why don't we have more decks like this? I don't know. Just saying. But I really like this 8. I just like to say, too, because it's showing a different kind of craftsmanship. It's a tattoo artist in this case. And I think that's really, really cool and really different. I really like this. And then the 9, all the flowers are in bloom. There's sunflowers. They're happy. They've put in the work and they reap their rewards. And also, in that same vein, look at this beautiful 10 of Pentacles. You see, again, the moon, the sun, the legacy in this tree. It's grown thick and strong. It's so beautiful. Oh my God, I'm in love with this deck. Okay, this is the page. You can see the diamond there for this page. Interesting student aspect because they have their phone out, but at the same time, they're also studying something else. This knight, see again, the diamonds are here. They are scaling an insurmountable hill. What a good Knight of Pentacles, man. That's hard work. I can't really rock climb for shit. Oh, and this Queen of Pentacles, she's beautiful. I don't know, or they. Could be they, but they're beautiful. Look at admiring and the gentle look on the face. It's so nice. I love this queen. And finally, this is the King of Pentacles. You see the pentacle on the hand. This is the one king that I don't see as much of the, like, what's the word I'm trying to think of here? This seems the least like the suit, but other than that, though, it's I guess it's fine. But I just love the colors. So this is the king. And yeah, guys, wow. That was the Spark and Pen Tarot. This deck is beautiful. I am so grateful that I was able to get this deck. And I hope that the creator puts this deck back out in the world so that more people can have it, because it is bloody fantastic. It is so good. And oh, I love the cardstock. I love the colors. I love the simplicity, the backs. I gotta shuffle this deck now because it is linen, guys. It is linen. And you see, oh yes, how smoothly it shuffles. It is amazing. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Can you guys tell? I'm obsessed with this deck. This is a deck that I will definitely be using this year. And I'm sorry, not sorry in some ways, because I know, again, like I said, this is currently out of print. But I am just, I don't know. It's like sometimes when like a deck's out of print and you try to promote it more, it like urges the creator to put it back into the world. And I think that's what we need to do with this one, because I feel like a lot of people would like this deck. It is so good. So good. And I'm just going to draw 3 cards at random just to like see the look of this, but it's so it is everything right now. Okay. Let's go. Okay, not completely shuffled in yet, because as you can see, it's still, we got a cup, the Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Wands, but, you know, oh, some of the others shuffled a little bit, but yeah, I need to shuffle in more, just so it gets, like, fully scrambled, but I'm just having a good time, and at the end of the day, that's what this is about, right? But this is a Spark and Pen Tarot, and if you were watching as long as you have, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, I guess I'm just like flipping. Ooh, this is nice. I like that. I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you again next time. Bye.